Hi guys, hi again. So the other thing I wanted to read on was Wednesday the 6th and the Electoral College vote or announcement that is just sort of usually this technicality where they officially in Congress declare the winner of the Electoral College vote, which is Joe Biden. Of course, there's all this controversy thanks to Trump and his conspiracy theories and his loyalists who are going along with that for political power purposes to just rile up the base, and many calling for protests, actually beyond protests, riots. I mean, it's just unimaginable how low some of these Republican Congress people are going and what they want to happen. It's awful. So I was shuffling and this card came out. So, this is obviously this Three of Swords. I think it's going to be maybe a upsetting day, but I don't want anyone to think that it's, going to affect Biden going forward as president. But it seems like there's going to be some disappointment, so I would guess just having to watch maybe the theater, the sort of antagonists who are trying to hurt and wound because their guy didn't win, because Trump didn't win. And so, well, now that I'm looking at this again, this could also be a double-edged sword, if you will. I don't know if that's exactly the right term for what I'm thinking right now when I'm looking at this again. This could also be how it's going to feel to the Trumpers when the call is made. So that's interesting. I think for me, it's heartbreaking to see these Republicans willing to do what they're doing. It's almost the most painful thing that because I know to them it's a game, but they're willing to play this game to fire up a political base. So let's see what other cards we get. But it looks to me like Wednesday is going to be maybe what we kind of would be afraid of. A painful day. Maybe there will be some, this is just for entertainment purposes only, tarot reading, my opinion on what I feel on the cards. I mean, there could be some violence. There could be a stabbing or something like that. So let's read more on that. We'll start with this card and we'll go forward. We would like to see Wednesday, January 6th. What can we see about how that day will go for the United States, in Washington, D.C., on the inside, within the walls of Congress, and also maybe what will be happening outside. So here we go. Okay, so here's what I get on this. Like we said, I think this is like what we're talking about right now, how it feels that we even have to worry about these people distorting the truth and subverting democracy of this country and all that. Like, this is just sort of how everybody feels. Like America, this is like sort of how America feels right now. Like, how could you is how I feel to this GOP. It's been a difficult time seeing how a lot of these Republicans are choosing to handle this. It's hard to watch. But also definitely it's going to be painful to the Trumpers when their fantasy Trump takeover doesn't happen. So, covering that, though, is this Three of Wands, which is looking toward the future. So, and I feel there's a maturity to this card in this read where it's like there are this is like about the Republicans that are standing up and making statements. And like this guy came out today, it was great. This guy, this Georgia, I think he was the Secretary of State or someone in charge of elections, and he systematically went through every bit of disinformation that Trump is putting out there and said, it's not true. Do not believe this. And here is the explanation for what he's saying. And it's not, there's like a maturity, like it's time to stand up and look forward to the future and just like stop this behavior. So that is there. People are looking, this could also be like they're turning their back on Trump. It's time to turn your back on Trump and look toward the future. That's what this is. So that's happening. Yeah. Got heat on that. And so this, at the base, we have this 10 of Pentacles. I mean, this is like the win for Biden. It's a strong win. It's solid. It's a 10. It's complete. This is completion. Those are the votes. And then at the surface, I do think there are some Republicans that are like wavering. They're wondering, what should I do right now? Even the ones who said, yeah, I'm going to object to the count. It's like, they're like, should I go back on what I said? I mean, they're starting to look more and more foolish. That's why I'm so glad every time people speak out, it makes these men look more and more foolish in the fact that they're wavering, like acting like this solid win is like but I don't know. It just feels like that's, it's just kind of explaining the day, isn't it? The solid win is there. You're going to have some people acting like it's not. But, by the way, justice coming in. So no worry there. I mean, this is so strong and this is so weak. So strong, so weak. This 2 of Swords, this is them not wanting to face the results. They don't want to look. They don't want to hear it. They're just going to be defensive. And that's moving to the past. And in the future, justice. And that's also going to be the card of the day. I do have here, we have this 8 of Cups. I mean, this is Trump leaving. He's leaving, even as we speak. It's like they're like packing up his bags, And I feel like this is sort of this 6 of Pentacles is just saying there's some people are going to throw him a crumb. That's what like these people are doing. Just like on his way out, they're just like, and also like throwing crumbs to the base. You know what I mean? Like to try to, that says it all. To try to win their loyalty so that in their races or whatever, they have that base. But it just this doesn't feel like a strong, powerful, like watch out card. It's just like, they're just going to throw some, what is it? Throw me a bone, like throwing out little bones, little treats for the beggars. I mean, sorry to laugh, but it's like the Trumpers are like the beggars. And so there will be some throwing out some bones to them. But Trump's leaving. And they know it. The Tower, hopes and fears. I think this is like why I'm doing the reading. I'm like, is the system gonna hold up? Some people would like the system to crumble. The system is kind of crumbling either way because we're realizing we need stronger systems, but this is in hopes and fears. I think some people are really, if you ever like check in on what they're saying on Parler, there are some people who do want, this is what Trump wants. He wants everything to crumble and fall. But this isn't necessarily an outcome. This is just sort of how we all feel, I think. Some people want it. Some people are, afraid of that. But I don't see that as being the outcome. Yeah, Trump would like to crumble the election results, and a lot of other people would not mind that either. But guess what? The election results are solid. 4 of Wands, my Biden inauguration, moving into the White House. This 6 of Wands is the triumph. It's the triumph is at the base, and the moving into the White House is coming. We have a Page of Swords and a Knight of Pentacles. It's like the announcement will be made, and the win is going to be given. The Electoral College win is going to Biden. Watching back, I realized part of my question was on whether violence will erupt outside on the streets, and I didn't get any major cards on this, except, like I said, that 3 of Swords could indicate an incident, someone getting hurt. But watching back, I'm looking for more clues on that, and I realized the Page of Swords and this Knight of Pentacles could indicate some scuffles and arrests given out, but the low status of this page makes me feel like it won't be major. Like the page is less powerful than the Knight, which would be police or National Guard. So I feel it will be contained. Also, pages are messengers, not really warriors, and swords are air, so it could be more like a lot of noise, a lot of hot air, yelling. But the Knight of Pentacles is stronger than the page in the coming in position on the right, so they will be able to handle and contain it. And they may hand out arrests or tickets, but otherwise I don't see anything dire or major in these cards on that. It's all going to work out. This is like a very happy, there's like a lightness to this stuff, so that's great. And at the base here, also we have the Hierophant and Temperance. I'm like, even, I think that this is saying that, so we've already seen Mitch McConnell come out and say Biden won. And so therefore, and this is based on also my read I did on Pence and how he's going to handle the 6th, because he's going to have to make the call. He's going to go along with that as well, I believe. Temperance, they're deciding to be balanced and not be extreme. Extreme would be those who are doing this conspiracy theory stuff. So I think you're going to see government being pretty temperate as opposed to crazy. Holding to systems, holding to rules and systems. So it might actually be like almost like boring in that sense, which is great. It should be boring. This, I believe, is the, with that, with the Hierophant, with the Temperance, there are people who are just going to have to suck it up and take it. That's this 4 of Cups. This guy does not want this cup, but it's like too bad. You're just going to have to take it. Ace of Cups upside down. Yeah, this would be like, this could also be Trumpers at home because of the temperance that the government, and they're going to have to just like take something they don't want. They're very unhappy. An Ace of Cups, this would be like new joy. So it's like new disappointment coming for some. Queen of Wands. For some reason, I don't know, this Queen of Wands here with this Ace of Swords in the middle of everything makes me feel like they're going to be like announcing the new Attorney General soon. I don't know what else this is in the middle of it. It just doesn't, it feels like unrelated but somehow coloring everything. It occurs to me what this is now and why I thought AG. I'm learning that, of course, Democrats will also have the right to speak up in Congress that day in response to Republican objections and lies. So I think this is a very powerful, lawful type woman like Kamala Harris, perhaps, if she's there as a member of Congress, or like an Elizabeth Warren, Mazie Hirono, Amy Klobuchar, maybe more than one, throwing a giant truth sword down on everything. Maybe one person will stand out. And that 2 of Pentacles at the top of the read, as well as the Temperance card, could be pointing to that as well, that both sides will speak. There will be balance. This is not a GOP bully disinformation show. For every lie, there will be a truth response. So that's something to look forward to. So yeah, so you have, oh, and then I just kept the disappointment, this 5 of Cups, those people, feels like more conspiracy theories, this 3 of Pentacles, people getting together in dark corners and planning, and this 7 of Swords upside down, this would be like the thievery card, right? Upside down, it's like the fake stolen election, like it wasn't really stolen, but you're still gonna have these people who are gonna go crawl into their conspiracy theory holes, what do they call them, rabbit holes, and like they're just still gonna believe that it was stolen. This the moon upside down here, this would be like howling at the moon. This also takes me along with these cards to conspiracy theory people who are like, yeah, howling to the moon, but it's just like all such false, crazy stuff. So this just still feels like that's still gonna exist, even with the new beginning for the rest of us. It's like, it's so interesting. So it's like this stuff exists even in the midst of a new beginning. And then we have these 2 tens together. The new beginning is the new ending for others. More accurate is the happy ending for some is the miserable ending for others. But the ending is here. It's so interesting. And then, oh, they want to keep going. The Magician with the World card. These are the investigations that are coming at last. That will also color everything. And then I have to just stop or I'm going to keep going. So yeah, we'll just stop there. But that's really interesting, these two tens together after that conspiracy theory stuff. Like, some of us will be moving forward toward the future. This is just like the peace and love and, you know, everybody should be taken care of card. And this is just, for some reason, that just kills people. Other people are just so upset by that. They want their fascism. They want to be angry. And so the new beginning for some is the ending for others, which is so interesting, because that's sort of what I feel and felt also in this. It's like, depending on who you are, you know, there's like different feelings on the win, but the truth is the justice, and that's what's coming. And the justice puts Biden in the White House where he belongs, of course. Some people might not like it. You know, you'll get your little, but yeah, it's sort of just a weak, it's weak compared to justice. And it's clownish. Look at that. That Two of Pentacles is sort of like putting on a little silly little show. Oh, I don't know who won. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say this, the water back here, the waves. So it might be like a bit of a rough, wavy kind of feeling to the day, because of people pretending they don't know who won. We don't know who won. Yeah, you do. And you're gonna get a lot more people making a mature choice. And it's because they are also heartbroken. This heartbreak and seeing the way people are behaving is making some people stand up and be more mature and look toward the future. So that's what I get for that. I think we'll get through it. It might be a little bit rough, and there might be some disappointments in the way some people will act, but we will get through it and we will move forward for sure, with justice. So thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope everyone's doing well, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.